We are on to Tanzania. Our plane is landing in Tanzania tonight. And we're discussing this interesting country called Tanzania. A very interesting country, I must say, with their president having done so much, among the few presidents in Africa that has been commended for some very good initiatives. This country is not a landlocked country, has boundary with Burundi, Rwanda, DRC, Uganda, Kenya, Zambia, Malawi, Mozambique, and the Indian Ocean, of course. So this country has a lot of borders with different countries. The country is about 56 million people, a sizable country, I must say, even though it's about a quarter of Nigerian population, but it's a sizable country. It's painful that this country is also among the low-income countries in Africa. Low-income country in Africa, scoring 54% on the ease of doing business ladder and ranking 141 among about 190 businesses that World Bank often do this ease of doing business program with. Let's examine this country, the economic snapshot of this country. It's an East African country bordering Indian Ocean between Kenya and Mozambique. It's not a landlocked country. It has a coastline of over 1,000 kilometers, 1.4 kilometers. Predominantly a Christian nation with about 34% Muslim. Population as of 2021 is 62 million. Language is Swahili and also English. Agri product coming out of this country includes cassava, maize, sweet potato, sugarcane, rice, bananas, vegetables, milk, beans, flour seed, sunflower seed. Whenever you see a country producing a particular product, what happened is this. The fact that the country producing that product is a sign that there is a demand and it's a sign that there is a competition. Look at the industrial goods. Sugar, beer, cigarette, shisha twine, gold, diamond, iron, salt, soda ash, cement, oil refining, shoes, apparel, wood product, fertilizer. So when you see this, it's a sign. It's a sign that this country is those products have competitors because they are already producing, so there is demand, but there are competition also to contend with. With a GNI per capita of 1,080 as of 2019, the data of 2020 showed they moved back to lower income, but 2019 it shows that they are lower middle income. Whichever way you look at it, it's a low income country. Urbanization is 36%, not so bad. Remember, the higher the level of urbanization in a country, the lower the cost of distribution. Most likely the people that will buy what you're selling are in the cities. So if there are many people in the urban centers, that means the cost of distribution will be less and being able to reach the majority of the population is possible. Literacy level is high, 77%, not bad. Inflation of single digit 3.4%. GDP of 60 billion. Household consumption, 62.4%. Every country with low income have a very high household consumption. Every country with low income has a high household consumption because the people are basically living for survival. So the consumption, the household consumption component of the GDP is usually very high. Very, very high. Services constitute a major part of the GDP at about 47%. Agri and industry constitute the rest. Agri being very low, 23%, and industry, 28%. Like many other African countries, this is a service economy. Even like, I think Nigeria's zone is even more than 50%. X structure, as usual. Strong correlation exists. I can say, without any fear of contradiction, that strong correlation exists between the income level of the people in the country and the number of young population. Very positive, strong correlation. The number of people below 25 years are over 60% of the population. I've done almost 50 African countries. This has been my experience throughout. So let's ask our question again. Do you want to go into this market? Do you have a product for this market? Can you export that item? Is there enough demand for that product? And we'll see there's a demand soon. Do you have a compelling value proposition? Do you understand the target market? That's what we're trying to do. How to export to Tanzania. Do you have a distribution and marketing plan? Do you have capacity and capability to export? Have you investigated payment issues? Can you fund your export drive? Have you completed an export plan? All right. In 2018, Tanzania was number 80 economy in the world in terms of GDP, number 106 in total export, number 98 in total import, and number 84 most complex economy in terms of economic complexity index. In 2018, Tanzania exported 5.78 billion and imported 10.9 billion. This country is doing a lot of import and even having a very negative trade balance. Top export of Tanzania: gold, tobacco, copper, both raw and refined, furniture. Top import: petroleum, palm oil, drugs, cars, wheat. Where does the product go to? Tanzania. Export mostly to Rwanda. Lovely. Major export, major trading partner, Rwanda. Tanzania export a lot to Rwanda. To Uganda, interesting. To DRC, this is a country ready for AfCFTA, with major export going to neighboring countries. This is a country very much ready for AfCFTA, with major export going to the neighboring countries. Only about 12%, 10 to 12% of Nigerian export go to Africa. Most other exports are outside of Africa. This country imports from China, India, UAE, Saudi, and South Africa. This country imported 11.2 billion in 2019 rather. So what do they import? Let's dive into it. What do they import? $26.9 million spent to import wood, fiberboard, wood carpentry, plywood, rough wood, $40 million spent to import concentrated milk, poultry meat, milk and poultry products, cheese, butter, non-fillet frozen fish, processed fish. $250 million used to import rubber footwear, textile footwear, leather footwear, fake hair, that's hair extension, umbrellas. This country imported paper product of $254 million. Toilet paper, uncoated paper, paper notebook, paper container, newsprint, cellulose fiber, kaolin, even postage stamp. Even postage stamp. How about food item? $301 million. To import raw sugar, baked goods, soya bean, malt, yeast, wine, liquor, flavored water, beer, pasta, chocolate, processed tobacco, fruit. $357 million to import palm oil. You know, as I review different African countries in preparation for the session we're going to begin next year, like I said earlier, that next year we're going to start a new session focused mainly on Nigeria, how to grow Nigerian economy with AfCFTA. And we're going to be looking at different states in Nigeria, starting from Abia. As I reviewed Abia yesterday, I realized how much this state can do, even with agri. Apart from the current leather product, clothing that the state currently produces. And by the way, the state did a lot also for COVID. A lot of COVID wares, which were sold within Africa. You know? So palm oil, stearic acid, seed oil, glycerol, $357 million. Tanzania spent $380 million to import a number of other products like rice, wheat, malt, corn, groundnut, cereals, $380 million.
To get the full video, check the description or visit www.globaltradecollege.com.